Hey, it's Thursday afternoon. It's 1 o'clock precisely. And that means it's time for opposite Saxes.
I was going to ask them if they knew where they were, but I guess they did.
Well, they're wherever they are and they can be there. It's still 1 o'clock Central Time. It is. And we're glad you're joining us because we really enjoy having an audience and we enjoy hearing from our audience.
Yeah, we really don't like talking to ourselves.
We don't?
No.
But we do. We do a lot of it.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah. And but yeah, and I got to just do a little bit of business right here because this is our friend, isn't it? No, she's not even on yet. I have to go back to here. I'm sorry. I got to share my screen because I want to share our good friend, Christine Dean, who is the DFW networking diva. Don't let the DFW part throw you, because wherever you are around this great country watching us and listening to us right now, if you have any questions about improving your website, improving your marketing presence, you can just reach out to Christine wherever you are. Will give you a free consultation to talk about your marketing strategies and all, and see if there's a way that you can increase them. She's very affordably priced. She is an absolute doll to work with, and trust us, we've been working with her for many years.
We wouldn't steer you wrong.
She's absolutely wonderful. DFW networkingdiva.com.
Right. You did good.
Yeah. So every week we, sit and we chat. What are we going to talk about this week? And I don't know really how we started getting into a conversation about things that go on forever. And you said, well, what about people? Mm-hmm. Would we like to go on forever? And it's kind of an interesting thought, because it's like anything else. You answer a question with a question. You say, would you like to live forever? Well, boy,
what does that mean?
Yeah. I mean,
what age are we talking?
Yeah. I mean, can you only imagine what you would look like at 150 years old or 200 years old if you're talking about living forever? But the question that I raised to you, and I was thinking about it, was I'm 75 years old, mm-hmm. For at least another couple of days, because then
that's right.
Then the number goes up.
Yeah, but it happens to us all, dear.
But if we're talking about, I'm 75 years old right now, and I'm in pretty good health. And if I was to be able to live into the future, 30, 40, 50 years forever and stay 75, mm-hmm. would you want to do that?
Would I be 75 too?
No, I'm saying whatever your current age is, if all of a sudden you had this potion and it said, you know what?
Okay. You could take it and
your heart rate's going to stay the same. Your everything about you is going to stay the same. You're going to just live on and on and on and on.
But you would be the only one, right?
Well, unless other people drank the same potion. And if I had that same potion and I found out I was going to be able to, I would probably want to get a hold of that potion and share it with some of my friends and say, hey, come on, we're going to live the same age forever.
But I thought you said you didn't want to.
Booking some cruises. No, I'm saying if the option is, if I was to live, let's assume that it's 50 years from now.
Yeah.
And I'm still 75. I still look the same, dress the same. Mm-hmm. I'm just as healthy or unhealthy, but same age, 50 years from now. So in other words, the surroundings are all different, but I'm the same. Would that be advantageous? Or if you were to get a guarantee that you could live, I'm 75, I could live for at least another 25 to 50 years. Mm-hmm. I could live to 125, but I'm going to age. Mm-hmm. So what the hell am I going to look like at 125 years old? Would I say, yeah, I'll opt for that?
There's too many variables in this. We're making it too complicated.
Well, you're the one that said, would you like to live forever?
One way or the other. Yeah, but and the more that I think about it, I did want to, and I do want to. I am anxious to see what's going to be happening. What happens in the future. However, you were saying if I'm 75 now and I'm 75, 40 years from now, I'm telling you, honey, they're not going to be wearing those button-down shirts and those glasses. I
Well,
mean,
that's what I'm saying.
everybody,
You're going to be,
they could be
you
looking
are
like
going
Martians,
to
all you
fit,
know.
you're physically going to be the same person that you are
Yes,
today,
yeah.
but you're going to be wearing the clothing of 50 years in the future.
Right.
You're going to be eating the food of 50 years in the future.
And you may not have any of your friends. You'll have new friends, hopefully.
And will you be interacting with those friends sitting next to each other like this, or are we all going to be on screens?
I don't
mean,
know. And that's what I think is the interesting part about it, is to find out what it's going to be like.
Well,
But
that's why they call it the future, is
Yeah.
because nobody knows what it's going to be. You can plan for it,
I think
and
it
you
would
can
be
think about it.
amazing.
But yeah,
But then what if I didn't have my family with me?
well, that's
That's
the other
other
part of the
yeah.
equation. Is everybody going to live forever, or is it going to be just those selected few? Which means if we remain the same age, that in 30 years our kids are going to be the same age as we are.
Right.
Ooh, how strange would that
Yeah.
be?
But I mean, it just amazes me how far we've come already.
What you got to do is look back at where we were 50 years ago. And all. And at that time, did we ever imagine that life was going to be like it is today? And
I don't think we could have.
Most
We had
likely
no idea.
not.
We were just enjoying what we were doing at the moment.
Yeah.
But the thought of, I don't know, having a car that would fly.
Or maybe you don't need a car,
or
you just
maybe
step into a tube,
right,
and you get transported to wherever you want to go.
Or maybe to be able to jettison up to one of the planets.
Yeah, just for the day.
That would be just for the day.
And just for the day. Yeah. I'm going shopping at that new mall on Moon. I'll be right back. What are we having for dinner? Oh, I'll pick up something on the Moon and bring it back.
Maybe you would be taking injections and you wouldn't have food.
That's true.
You would be injecting the food into your body.
And it's funny because we make light of this and we say things and you think it's really funny, but yet it's not that far from the truth. Look, just think back about 10 years ago. Did you ever think that you could go into a restaurant and order a hamburger that had no meat in it?
Right. That's true.
It was plant-based, but it tasted just like a grilled hamburger. 10 years, 15 years ago, if you had said that, well, I guess it's probably more than that, because 10 years ago, they did have Boca burgers. And so you could get whether they tasted like the real thing. But years ago, the thought of having something that was artificial taste like the real thing, you would have said, yeah, you're crazy.
Yeah.
That'll never happen. And here it is. I mean, I remember going back when we were kids, we would watch cartoons, and the one that I've brought up a few times is the Jetsons.
Yeah.
And in the Jetsons, they flew everywhere.
That's right.
And they also used to put their food in a box and heat it up, and it was a microwave on the Jetsons. And you thought, yeah, right. You're going to put your food in a box and heat it up in 60 seconds.
No, guess what? Here we are.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I saw somebody get out of their car and it was a Tesla. And so the doors opened up. Yes.
Yeah,
and I can remember them talking about that many, many years ago. And I'm thinking, oh my God, that's so far into the future. I can't imagine if I'll still be alive.
Well,
oh my God, it's right. It's here.
A decade or two ago, somebody said, well, yeah, you're going to go out, you're going to, after you drive your car, you're going to put it in the garage and plug it in and to recharge it because it's going to be battery operated. Yeah, battery up. You mean like a toy car? Because somebody was playing with those toy cars with batteries in them and saying, you know what, we could probably make a full size. And it was probably probably what's his name? Elon Musk from Tesla.
Hey, you never
That
know.
played with those little matchbox cars and all, and how you move them back and it would wind it up and let it go and it would go by itself.
And what about the robots now at the restaurants
Or
serving food? Because they can't get waitresses, so now, or it's too much money and they're hiring
robots serving
robots.
food.
Yes.
A lot of the hospitals have got robotic nurses that are
Right.
dispensing
medication.
medications to the rooms.
Mhm.
It's kind of almost bizarre.
It is. The vacuum. Roomba. How could I forget
Yeah.
that?
Not only does it vacuum the whole
Jeez.
house, it finds its way back to the charging station to plug itself in to recharge.
Of course, they're not cheap, but nothing is cheap anymore.
No,
But it is amazing what they do.
Well, how much does it cost to have a cleaning service come? You know, once a week or twice a
Yeah,
month.
but that's different. The Roomba doesn't clean your toilets.
No, it doesn't.
Or the shower.
But they're probably developing one.
Well,
They've got self-cleaning toilets.
so going back to the original. Cute.
They do.
I know they do, but I haven't seen too much about it.
I mean, I'm just happy to have toilet seats that go
That go
down
down.
by themselves. I think that's just a terrific invention.
So what would you like? So would you rather live forever? Or you don't think you could do that?
You want a simple answer?
That would be no.
No.
I know. Yeah, I knew you were going to say that.
I
Knew
want
you
it
were gonna say
forever.
Yeah.
I've had a good life and I got lots of memories. If you lived forever, now you're going to have to remember twice as much.
I don't think so. I think that's going to be part of.
And also, what happens if you have early onset dementia or something? Does that mean if you're going to live forever, you're going to live forever and not remember a thing? If you're
Well, that's a
if you're
valid
ill,
point.
if you have a disease,
Yeah.
so
that's-
any kind of
Well,
an
but
affliction, are you going to have that forever?
No, well, your hope is that.
That there'll be a cure.
Yes,
for it
absolutely.
if you live long enough.
Yeah.
Well, that's what cryogenics was going to do.
That's
You
true.
years ago, you could just freeze yourself and then wait for them to find
And
a
how do you
cure.
know you can't do that?
There's probably people that are frozen
Oh, I
right
think
now
so.
that are just waiting for the cure, and then they're going to get thawed out.
And they'll be the only ones of their family left. They won't know anybody.
Right. And they're going to say, who are you talking to?
Yeah.
You're talking to your watch.
We had friends the other night.
I want to go back into the deep freeze.
We had friends the other night.
Yes.
Both of them had phone calls during dinner and they answered their phone
Yeah, there
on
was
their
there was a
watch,
beep.
their Apple Watch.
Beep, and go like that. Oh, yes.
And I'm
It's
sorry,
an email or a phone call.
it's just not right. It's just not
But
right.
You know what they're developing now?
Hmm.
In your glasses.
Yes.
You
That you can
will be able
to.
you'll see a little dot
Mhm.
pop up in your glasses, and you'll
Mhm.
just look up into the corner of the
Mhm.
lens and say, "Oh, hey Susie, how you doing? Yeah, okay, yeah, I'll check on it and
Yeah.
all. And can I get back to you in about an hour? Okay, fine. What were we talking about?
I just can't imagine that.
I mean, the latest cool thing was I went on a site for Warby Parker.
Oh,
and,
yes.
and they've got a virtual try-on app.
You haven't
So-
seen that. I have.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
pretty cool. Well, they're doing it with clothing now too.
That's why I've seen it.
So you enter in your body shape or take a
Right.
picture of yourself, and then you go shopping and you want to see what that dress looks like on. No, I want to see it. Oh, it comes in another color. Oh, I like that color
I
on
want
me
to see
better.
what that looks like on me before I purchase it.
Which is probably going to be the future of shopping.
I think it's already here.
So
It definitely is here
then
because there are
what's
stores
it
that are
going to
doing
be
it.
like 20 and 30 and 40 years in the future?
I don't know that you'll be changing. You could be just,
You put on a uniform and you wear
yeah,
it
and that's it.
forever, and then you
Yeah.
throw it away and put on
Yeah.
a fresh new one,
it's very possible.
like throw away contact lenses.
And what's going to happen to all the stores, all the malls?
All what?
They're going to be obsolete.
They're going to turn them into parks. which is what they probably should have done in the first place. Taken that land and put it into parks.
Or they were, and they turned them into shopping centers
And they'll go back to
Yeah.
parks.
well, you don't want to be around. I do. We'll see what happens.
You want to be around and
I just
and-
think
and
it'd be cool to see it all happen,
okay.
but yet I'm not sure I want to be alone.
Well, then you'll find a way to contact me.
Oh, yeah.
That's part of the future too.
Yeah. I could maybe be able to talk to you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what else is in your future? Opposite Saxes. Next Thursday.
Yeah.
1 o'clock. Right here. Don't
I guess
forget.
that means something. It's a sign
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, that means we've shot this one.
Yep.
So go out, and I hope you have a very pleasant future.
Bye.
Bye.